Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our session on the IAS PCSwala daily current affairs. Under that we will take the major news analysis and editorial of the today, and we will start with the this landmark judgment from the Supreme Court, that is with respect to the electoral bond, and that has been declared as the unconstitutional. So here it is that. After that, we will study this. India rejected FTA demand for the data exclusivity. So we will study what is this data exclusivity and what are the impacts. So this will be under GS paper 3, data exclusivity, and yes, patent law and other things such as the compulsory licensing. So again, this will be as per the mains perspective. This also mains perspective. Then we will study this electoral bond, continuation on that. We will study this in a connection. Okay, so the same thing. After that, we will study this Indonesia must avoid to the populist nativism that we have seen previously. So this will be under the international relation, just basic information as per the prelims perspective. After that, we will study this place of worship act and how there is so many controversial issue that is arising out of the religious places and their claim on that places. So it will be part of GS paper 1 as well as 2. One, because there is the topic for the secularism, communalism in GS paper 1 under the society section, as well as GS paper 2, where our preamble and fundamental rights ensure the rights of freedom of religion and other such rights of the minority. So mains perspective. After that, we will see that ethical use of AI and how we are going to clone the voices. So this creates a dilemma of whether there is the use and the benefit of the society, or there is the harm and the negative impact on the society. That's why it will be under GS paper 4, ethics. And after that, we will see that there is the protest that is going in the Ladakh as well for the special status, as well as the Kargil area. So we will study in the detailed manner. This will cover our GS paper 1 area of the regionalism and GS paper 2 special status of the states area. In the last, we will study this Kosovo. Kosovo has been granted with the Schengen approval. So now the Kosovo will have the visa-free and passport-free movement into this EU area. So this will be as under the perspective of the prelims. Okay, so let's start the first topic. This is the landmark judgment, electoral bond. So you should study, you should know that what is the basics behind, what was the concept of this electoral bond. Under this electoral bond, what was the claim of the government? The claim of the government was that we will protect the donor from the any of the vengeance or any of the justice thing that you paid this party. If there is a declaration of that I had paid particular party, like the just think that ZGP is some party, or some CPI is the party, or any party. There is the party, and yes, I have paid, and that there are a lot of party. Maybe it could be the BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, Communist Party of India. Such lot of party are there, BSP, SP, all are there. Okay. Anyone can be in the power, anyone can be out of power. So think that I gave funded to this, and now after that this party came into the power, and it is aware of that I paid to this party. So there will be a type of enmity, a type of rivalry between the me and this party. This party can take the revenge of that. Ki why you have paid, why you have not paid. Means there will be the biasness towards me, and that's why the government said that we will provide such a method where my identity will be not disclosed. Okay, that's why I could be protected. But the thing is that here the question is that What about the people? How the people will know that who is paying to whom and how the pattern of voting is going on? So the basic concept behind this electoral bond was that there will be the bank and it was the SBI. SBI was designated for this. I will be the donor. I will come to here to the bank and I will pay the money, 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, whatever the amount I want to pay, or 1 crore rupees if I want to pay. Oh, 1 crore, just write 1 crore. Okay. So if I want to pay to any of the party 1 crore, so I will come here with the money in my hand and I will pay this money to the bank. Bank will ask me to KYC. KYC, money and KYC I will submit to the bank. Bank will give me bond of 1 crore and I will go to submit there. So they will again go to the bank. Here consider the bank is there. Consider that bank is here. Okay. Again, the same bank in the loop is here. This party will submit this bond and this bank will give the rupees so that they can use it into their election process, their campaigning, other thing, whatever they are. There are a lot of expenditure that incurred to this parties as well. So this was that. So I will be not, and this party will not disclose that who have given what. Okay. So the thing is that those who are in the power, they will know that who is paying to whom. Why? Because this bond that is given to this person, this bond will have the number. Okay. And this will list down. And KYC already have. Okay. So if the same number is going to the AAP or anything, this party, so if that person, that party that want to know that who have paid, if this will again go to and pay, submit this bond and get the money. So this bank will know that AAP has submitted this number's bond, and this bank also know that to whom I have given this bond number. So by that, this number, this is given to the identity of this person is here submitted, and yes, here the bond has been submitted. So by that bank will know that who is giving which bond. Okay. So identity of this person will be known to this bank. As this party is in the power, this party control this bank. So this party can know who is submitting to whom. Other cannot know. Neither the people, neither the other party could know that who is paying whom. But this can know, the party in the power can know. This was the main thing. Okay, the second thing is that if no one knows what is going on, there will be the big corporate. They will give in the crores. They will not submit directly to this party. They will go in anonymity. They will go and meet this leader and they will show that, yes, this is me, bond, take the bond. This is not the ideal condition that they will go and they will just send their servant to just don't tell that who is submitting. If they are giving 100 crore, they want something back only then they will they want some 10,000 crore back only then they will give 100 crore, because we have seen that if you will go give this 100 crore, this party will use it to influence the election. Maybe they can control the media, they can control the newspaper, they can control the different area, and yes, by that they will come into the power, and into the quid pro quo they will allot them some of the mining area, some of the port, that is for the thousands and the lakhs of the crore that company, that person will own, and yes, again he will give 1,000 crore. So the party in the power will get the all the benefit. This is the all the detail that is the discussion. So I hope what is the concept of this electoral bond, how it's function. So here the Supreme Court is observed that if this corporate is going to pay and they will again want quid pro quo, same thing back. If you are coming into the power, give me something. That's why, and it is in the terms of the policy change or the baggaging of the license permit. Such thing is the common thing. Okay. And who will be unknown? The common person. Why this party in the power will make the law policy for the common man? Because all that is getting the money from this corporate. And yes, common man will give the vote, but the vote can be influenced by the electronics media. Give the 100 crore, 100 of the crore, they will show everything is beautiful in the country. Everything is going fine by this government, and that's why they can influence the crores of the people. So this is the thing, and the other party, they can paint them in the negative light. So this violates the right to information of the common man, and this is very core to the constitutional provision. Means for a democracy, we want to elect a government that is selected by the free and fair election. If the money funding is not free and fair, how could be the end result will be the free and fair? That was the main thing. Okay. This scheme allow inflow of huge contribution by the multinational corporation as per the observation of Supreme Court. Okay, and this overarching and concealing this small financial contributor of the people who believe in the ideology of the political party without expecting the substantial favor in the return. What about, it is talking about, what about the common man who don't know that he is just going to vote only by the ideology, but this party is getting infected by the corporate where it has the connection, where it is getting the funding. Okay, so again and again there is the quid pro quo is there that has been mentioned under the judgment. Okay, so this scheme and this amendment bring the economic inequality by giving the corporation and financial power unsurpassable advantage, because if it is given the power to that corporate, they have lot of money as compared to the, for example, if there is the land acquisition, if that corporate has given lot of money, why the people, why the government will listen of the common man? They will just they will wipe out that colony or anything to give this to that particular corporation. Just 1,000 vote, they can influence the crore of votes by the electronic media. Electronic media has become lot of powerful, where it has curbed the rights of common man. So this is the court observation. Court is observing here that it will bring the economic inequality, because the common man doesn't have that much money to influence. Okay. Here the court is talking about this absolute non-disclosure of the source of political funding, and under clause 7(4) of the scheme completely exempts information on the purchase of the electoral bonds. Okay. So without this scheme was indistinguishable from the other modes of the financial contribution. So here if they ask that how the black money is going to be reduced. Okay, if you are talking about the black money, if it is going to reduce by by the channeling the bank through that, but doesn't it is curbing the electoral process itself. It is not it compromising the this all the democratic nature of the country. So this is all about now. This has been this was held as a very historical judgment, because it was opposed by the election commission itself. So even if you can see that what is stored there was the report that the party in the power got this amount of this corporate donation, and the opposition combination of the 5 political party, their amount was as much low 1/5 of this party that is in the power. It is for example, look the difference between the corporate funding. For the BJP it was 719 crore. Okay, for the Congress it was the 79 crore. So this was the huge difference. Okay, So this is all about with respect to this news. The same topic has been covered under the editorial as well here. So let's see that what has been discussed in the editorial. Editorial, it is talking that the electoral bond verdict is a blow to the freedom of expression. Okay, so electoral bond verdict is a means here the freedom of expression. It is talking about the people's freedom of expression. So here it is talking about, yes, already the quid pro quo of the corporates and the donors and beneficiary relation. Here it is talking about the other provision of this bill, this scheme was that it removed this 7.5% cap of the corporates. Corporates can give any amount and without mentioning it into the profit and loss account. Means absolute there was no transparency, absolute arbitrariness. Means you can give whole money because you will get in the return for the many times more. So it is further talking about this is the one of the step of the Supreme Court. Already Supreme Court has brought the electoral reforms. It is providing the previous judgment under that none of the above option was brought under the ballot by the Supreme Court judgment. Again, the protection given to the legislature from the immediate disqualification on the conviction for the criminal offence, it was removed. And yes, mandatory disclosure of the asset and the criminal antecedent of the candidate was also brought by the Supreme Court judgment. And yes, expedited trials of this MLA and MPs with the criminal offences all was introduced under the Supreme Court orders. So these are the reforms you can give whenever the question comes on the Supreme Court contribution into the making electoral process and Indian democracy is stronger. Okay. This bond, this logic of the government failed on the test of the proportionality. What is the test of proportionality? Means whenever you are going to judge a particular step or the scheme or the laws, you judge both way how much it is going to bring the benefit of the society and what are the loss. If the benefit is more as compared to the loss, then you can go with the scheme. But if the loss is more as compared to the benefit, because everything has some benefit, some loss, but if the loss is high, you cannot go with the scheme. So here under this test of proportionality, it was found that the right of information and true expression of the voters is very important. You are talking about the black money. Black money, yes, black money can be caused by the different other means. But by this, if you are by curbing the black money and you are going to kill the democratic basic core of this democratic process, the electoral process, so it will be not acceptable, and this violates the Article 19(1)(a) that provide the voters freedom of expression. Okay. So this is all about under this topic, this editorial. Okay. So next important news that we will take, this is with respect to the data exclusivity, that is with respect to the dealing that is going on between the European Union and India. Recently we saw that yesterday there was the news in the Hindu that yes, there was the drafted document where it was mentioned that the data exclusivity will be applied. And what is this data exclusivity? Data exclusivity means those companies who are going to research and going with the new invention of the medicine, for example medicine, they will not disclose their data. And by that they can produce their medicines, whatever the product they have invented. And by that it will be very difficult for the companies to generate or produce the generic medicine, and that's why it will impact the India, because in India we have lot of manufacturing of this generic medicine, and beside that the people of India, Africa and South America, means developing country and the least developed country, they cannot afford if the medicine is produced under this data exclusivity and patent law, because they are very costly. And yes, it is going to impact the pharmaceutical industry in India, because it amount for a large chunk Yesterday we saw that 2.2 lakh crore is the contribution into the GDP of the India by this pharmaceutical industry. So our external affairs minister, who secretary, has said that yes, we are not going with this demand of the data exclusivity. We will give our pharmaceutical industry with this generic production of the generic drugs, and yes, under what under the compulsory licensing. Under the compulsory licensing, we allow our local companies, our own companies, to produce medicine if even they don't have the patent on that particular formula. Okay, so this is from the that news. Next important news that we are going to see is, this is a bit political. Already we have covered that. In the Maharashtra, the real NCP has been declared for the Ajit Pawar group, not the Sharad Pawar group. And here the speaker has said that it is the majority of the MLA's majority and numbers that has been major factor in deciding that which group is the real. And here the speaker said that it was not the case of the leaving the party, but it was the internal dispute, disagreement with respect to the party. And yes, the verdict was on the same line as per that was on the Shiv Sena. So wall clock symbol has been given to the Ajit Pawar group. Okay, so this you should know. You should know that total number of MLA was 53, 41 was with the Ajit Pawar, 12 was with the Sharad Pawar. Okay. Next important news that we will cover. Let's see any relevant news. Yes. So we will take this editorial. Under this editorial, it is again talking about that what is the relevance of this place of worship Special Provision Act 1991, that to prevent the conversion of religious places from one religious nature to the other religious nature. So here this writer is mentioning that this was also given importance during the Babri mosque demolition and Ram Janmabhoomi case. Under that, Supreme Court said that okay, from now onwards there will be nothing like that, the conversion of one religious place to the other religious place, because we are giving special special treatment to the Ram Janmabhoomi case, because it is the case was pre-independence case, and it was filed before the independence 1947. So that's why it, given the importance of this place of worship act, now will be applied to the all of the religious places. But the recent demand for the conversion and claim on the different mosques, here it has mentioned by this writer that yes, the mosques such as the mosque in the Badayu, the Mathura, there is the Gyan Vapi into the Banatsi, Kamal Maula Mosque in the Dhar, Madhya Pradesh, अढ़ाई दिन का झोपड़ा in the Ajmer, Jama Masjid, Srirangapattanam. There is lot of such cases that has been increased after this Ram Janmabhoomi verdict and that issue that when it started in 1991. So here writer has mentioned that this the right wing group, and this group already was telling that the Ayodhya तो झांकी है काशी मथुरा बाकी है, means still this Ayodhya is the mere trailer, Kashi and Mathura is the still left. So their motive behind this all was clear. Besides that, here the writer is telling the one thing made this thing complicated of this place of worship act was that the observation during this Ram Janmabhoomi act, Chief Justice of India, Dr. Chandrachud, that observed that the nature, ascertaining that whether what is the religious nature of this place can be further investigated. Here it was the oral observation, and by this oral observation, this group that is talking, they're claiming for the other places, they are making the basis of this, that yes, the nature of this was something else. It was, means they are claiming the nature of the religious places itself, that yes, it was the nature from the very beginning. The other thing that is being demanded that being demanded on this line was that the cutoff date, that was the 15 August 1947. But the right wing group, those are asking that why not this should be 1206 when the Qutbuddin Aibak, he came and laid the foundation of the Delhi Sultanate. So this date, yes, this date should be there. So there is the dispute on the cutoff date as well, and that's why it is making the other means complication. Okay, so this is the thing that that has the some of the lacuna in this act of the place of worship act. So all this is about. So you can use whenever the question comes into the GS paper 1 or GS paper 2 with respect to the communalism, secularism, or the freedom of religion, all where you can use this. Next important, this article is talking about nothing. This is talking about, yes, the education, legal education needs special focus, and now the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Personal Public Grievance and Law Justice, they have brought some of the changes, the new changes they are talking about, that this Bar Council of India should not be the regulating body. There should be the separate independent regulating body. That should be the National Council for the legal education and the research. And it is talking that yes, the law education has been ignored till now because we focus totally on the medical area, engineering area, but the legal education has been ignored, and here it has been given the example that only 2 colleges from the legal school is in the top 250 law schools worldwide as per the QS ranking. So this is all about. Further, it is talking about how this independent institution can bring more rigors, more higher standard in the legal education. And also it will improve the employment and other opportunity for those students who are pursuing their education into the legal stream. Next important thing, topic, that is the Indonesia, that it has elected its defense minister as its president, and this president, this article is talking about that person has been the has some of the controversial image into the human right area, because he was active in the suppressing some of the movement into the its region, such as the AK, East Timor and West Papua Guiana. Okay, West Papua. Okay, so these are the area where it was the military head, and it was accused. He was accused of the repression of the people. Okay, so here it is talking about that this person was made the makeover, his image was makeover on the social media, and he was shown that as the friendly grandfather figure, but the reality is that he has many his background is not that much as per this friendly grandfather at it is being shown. So here this is cautioning about the, if Indonesia is going further into the such stream where if the leader comes with the different populist measure, and after that it is not able to fulfill, there will be the violent reaction. People will demand that in the continuity, and it will impact the economy of Indonesia, because this Indonesian economy is now growing in a very well manner, and it is considered as the Asian great tiger economy. So here there is the chances that if it go with the that much, because already the nature of the previous government was not that much, it was supporting this Islamist extremist and denigrating ethnically religious denigrating the ethnic and the religious minorities, okay, such as the Chinese and the Christians in the Indonesia. So this is the caution point. Next important news is with respect to this ethical use of AI, such as the cloning of the voice for the creating purpose. So here it has mentioned that whether it is good or bad. So the discussion is that yes, it is good if it is used in a proper manner. Not ethics comes when the how the thing is being used. The invention itself is not bad. For example, the example is given here that the invention of a nuclear energy was not bad, but if it was used in the as the weapon, like the atomic bomb, it was bad. But now it is being used at the production for the electricity. That's good. So this is talking about this, and yes, it is talking there, yes, how this AI for the cloning the voice is going to use some of the singer's voice, and now they can recreate the ethical portion of this is that we should consult with the family member, and we should compensate them so that they could feel that yes, the thing is justified. Beside that, it is talking about the voice of the people who are living should not be used. Okay, and if the people are living, then it should be the natural voice that should be used, and only the tuning could be AI could be used into the tuning of the voice. So this is all about. So overall, the invention itself is not good or bad, but how we are going to use that, that matters. What is behind the Ladakh unrest? So let's discuss. There is a lot of demand and unrest in the Ladakh after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, that provide the special status of Jammu and Kashmir and the regions in different areas, such as in the job and reservation and other things. The local people were given preference. Outsiders was not allowed to go. And yes, so this news is talking that yes, what are the demands? The demands is for the special status. The other demand is for the creation of the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council and increase in number of the legislatures from the both Ladakh and Kargil sections. Both are wanting one seat for the in the parliament, as well as they want more seats and legislative body for them itself. Besides that, the Kargil body, this Kargil Democratic Alliance, they want even they support the integration with the Jammu and Kashmir region because they are not compatible with the those with the Buddhist majority that is under the this Ladakh UTs. Okay, opening up the region for the non-locals and the industrial would impact the regional demography and eventually leading to the alienation and the loss of distinct identity. This is the fear of the locals. Beside that, to this constitutional safeguard, they are asking that please provide us the constitutional safeguard by the amending Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council Act. And they are also claiming that this all the control, now the governance is by the governor. And those governors who are going to control this whole polity of the region is not from the state, they are from the outside. And they comes, they don't know the local issue, and until and unless they go, they understand the local issue, there is the transfer. This is the issue. So here it is talking that yes, lot of money that is given to this area is not used in a proper manner. For example, 90% of this 6,000 crore allocated to Ladakh at the dispensation of the non-elected person, that is the governor. They are talking about they are the outsider. Beside that, the other demand is that they want inclusion and control up to the Gilgit-Baltistan. This is the Pakistan occupied region, and yes, they want the reservation for a seat to be reserved for this region as well. They are of the view that this statehood will bring the stability in the region, and also it's provide the it's provide the this potential to face the threat that the region is facing from the twine threat from the China and Pakistan, because both it shares the border with the both area. Okay, because Kargil with the Pakistan, this Ladakh with the China. They want to be included into the Schedule 6 or the schedule, particularly their demand is for the Schedule 6, and beside that they want same type of the special status as the northeastern area enjoy, because we know that many of this northeastern region needs the permit to visit the area. Locals have the more power in the legislative area as well, and even many of the laws of this state legislature doesn't apply to the tribal area. They have to be modified, or the prior permission is needed of the governor. Okay. So this is all about from the this news. This is talking about, yes, this Ladakh region has the same nature that dominates the tribal population, and 80% of this Ladakh total population is the tribal. So this demand, and this is all about, I hope now you are clear with that. What is the, why they are demanding? They are demanding the special status. They, why? Because they want more local representation. They think that the outsider is not aware of the local condition, and they don't want outsider to become and capture the all the resources, job opportunity by the on the name of investment and other things. So they are also opposing that. That's why they are supporting this 370 and 35A. Okay. So this is all about. Next important news that we are going to cover with respect to this Schengen approval. Schengen approval. What is this Schengen region, Schengen zone? This is associated with the European Union. This is the area where of the member country and the people, citizen of the member country can move freely. They can without any visa, without any passport. So this is all about. Kosovo has become the recently the that secured this visa-free access. Okay. So now they can enter into Schengen as a tourist for the 19 days within 180 days. Okay, and yes, the Croatia already was part of it. It joined in 2023. Romania, Bulgaria already have the this membership. Okay, so now this was the last Balkan country, those Central Asian countries that came out of the this USSR, and there was the division on the name of this ethnicity, and due to this ethnic war, this Kosovo comes out of the Serbia. So still the United Nations has not provided this as the statehood, legal status for the statehood, and Russia and China also oppose, because this was recently came out of the Serbia. Okay, and that's why this was so much delayed to bring it under the Schengen area. But the issue is with this, what is the basic about the Schengen area? This agreement took effect into the 1995, and yes, it provides the passport free zone. You should know that not all the members of this European Union are part of it. Only 23 out of 27 states are the part of this passport free zone. Okay. So who are not? The country who are the part of EU but not part of this is the Cyprus, Romania, Bulgaria, and Ireland. Please remember that Ireland it is in the news because Northern Ireland is in the news. So please remember that. Okay, so Schengen area comprised 27 countries. So why 27 countries if all 27 are not? So four are those who are non-EU nation, like the Iceland, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and Norway. They are not part of the EU, but they are part of the this Schengen area. Okay. EU attempts to fashion a human policy under the Dublin regulation, but still it has to be, it is considering the rights of this asylum seeker, and yes, but still it has to balance with the integrity of the Schengen. So this is all about from this news. Now I hope we have covered most of the area. Yes, we have covered most of the area that is relevant for the UPSC. Here we will conclude the session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.